Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're exploring one of the most fascinating technologies being discussed in the world of space exploration, a technology that sounds like science fiction: Russia's plasma engine. Some people believe it could completely change how humans travel through space. Others believe it's still many years away from becoming reality. But what exactly is a plasma engine? How does it work? Why are scientists talking about it? And could this technology really change the future of humanity? Stay with me until the end, because things get very interesting. Before understanding plasma engines, we first need to understand a problem. Modern rockets are powerful, extremely powerful, but they also have a major weakness: fuel. Traditional rockets burn huge amounts of fuel to create thrust. The engine pushes hot gases out at incredible speed, and according to physics, the rocket moves forward. Sounds simple. But there's a problem. To carry more fuel, rockets become heavier. When rockets become heavier, they need even more fuel, and that creates a difficult cycle. For decades, scientists have searched for better solutions. They wanted engines that could use less fuel, travel farther, and work more efficiently. That search eventually led researchers toward plasma technology. Now let's answer an important question. What exactly is plasma? Most people know only three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. But there is actually a fourth state: plasma. Plasma is created when a gas becomes so energized that electrons separate from atoms, the particles become electrically charged, and suddenly, the material behaves differently, very differently. Plasma exists naturally throughout the universe. Our sun is made mostly of plasma. Stars are plasma. Lightning contains plasma. Even beautiful glowing auroras in the sky involve plasma interactions. In fact, scientists believe plasma makes up much of the visible universe. That means plasma isn't rare, it's everywhere. Now scientists discovered something interesting. Plasma can be controlled using magnetic and electric fields, and if you accelerate plasma particles to extremely high speed, you can create thrust. That simple idea forms the foundation of plasma propulsion. Instead of depending entirely on massive fuel explosions, scientists can push charged particles outward. This creates movement, and potentially, much more efficient movement. Now here's where Russia enters the story. Reports began appearing online discussing advanced Russian plasma engine research. People quickly became excited. Headlines started appearing everywhere. Some claimed future missions to distant planets could become much faster. Others suggested this technology might revolutionize space travel. Naturally, the internet exploded with curiosity. But we should slow down for a moment, because there is something important people often misunderstand. Plasma engines themselves are not brand new. Scientists have studied similar propulsion systems for decades. Ion propulsion technology has already been used in spacecraft. Some satellites currently use versions of electric propulsion systems. Space agencies around the world have explored these ideas. So why is everyone suddenly talking about it? Because researchers want to increase performance dramatically. They want stronger engines, faster travel, greater efficiency, and bigger possibilities. Imagine a future mission to Mars. Today, reaching Mars could take many months. During that time, astronauts face many challenges. They need food, water, medical supplies, equipment, protection from radiation, and long periods inside confined spaces. Long journeys create serious risks. A faster propulsion system could potentially reduce some of these problems. Shorter missions may improve safety, and they may reduce costs. Now imagine something even bigger: deep space missions, travel beyond Mars, future journeys across the solar system. Advanced propulsion technologies may become essential. Without better engines, human expansion into deep space becomes much harder. But before we imagine futuristic cities on distant planets, there are major obstacles. The first challenge is energy. Plasma engines require electricity, and powerful plasma engines may require enormous amounts of electricity. Generating enough power in space is difficult. Solar panels work well near Earth, but farther away, sunlight becomes weaker. Scientists may need advanced power systems, possibly nuclear systems. And building safe, reliable space power sources is incredibly difficult. The second challenge is heat. Plasma can involve extremely high temperatures. Spacecraft materials must survive harsh environments. Engineers need systems that remain stable for long periods. That is easier said than done. Reliability is another issue, because space missions happen extremely far from Earth. If a system fails during a mission, astronauts may not have quick solutions. There are no repair shops in space, no emergency rescue teams waiting nearby, and definitely no second chances. Everything needs to work almost perfectly. Every system, every component, every small detail, and that creates enormous pressure for engineers. Now let's think about something interesting. Throughout history, many technologies looked impossible in the beginning. People once believed humans would never fly. The idea of giant metal machines carrying passengers through the sky sounded completely unrealistic. But then came airplanes. At first they were simple, slow, limited, and many early experiments failed. But over time, technology improved. Engineers learned from mistakes, and eventually, air travel transformed the world. Something similar happened with computers. Early computers were massive machines. They filled entire rooms. They were expensive, slow by modern standards, and very limited. But look at the world today. Powerful computers fit inside our pockets. Technology evolves, sometimes slowly, sometimes unexpectedly fast. Space exploration follows a similar path. Progress usually begins with ideas, then experiments, then failures, then improvements, and finally, breakthroughs. That's why plasma technology remains exciting, because even if current systems are not perfect, they could become something much bigger in the future. Imagine future spacecraft traveling through our solar system. Imagine missions reaching Mars faster. Imagine giant cargo ships transporting equipment between planets. Imagine astronauts traveling farther than ever before. Today it sounds futuristic, but many things once sounded impossible. Remember, before the first moon landing, many people doubted humans could ever walk on another world. Yet it happened. Human curiosity has always pushed boundaries. We explore because exploration is part of who we are. We crossed oceans, we discovered continents, we climbed mountains, and eventually, we reached space. Now humanity faces another challenge, the next giant step, deep space exploration, and reaching farther into the universe may require completely new technologies. Maybe plasma engines become part of that future. Maybe researchers discover something even better. Science is always changing. New ideas appear constantly, and sometimes, one invention changes everything. That is why scientists around the world continue studying advanced propulsion systems, not because success is guaranteed, but because the possibilities are too important to ignore. The dream of traveling farther into space continues to inspire people everywhere, and who knows? Maybe one day, future generations will look back at these early experiments and realize they were witnessing the beginning of a new era, an era that changed space travel forever. So what do you think? Could plasma engines become the future, or is the technology still far away from reality? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.